Whew. We got a day ahead of us. Let me tell you, it's hot. It's the 5th of July. Oh, we gotta get this boat running. Oh. So we got Winnie, our hotshot rig. She's hooked up to our boat. Boat's name is Stella. And god damn, what happened to this? We bought this boat. I bought another boat with a trailer on it, trailer that would work for this boat. Trailers are hard to find, by the way, like good boat trailers. But anyway, so I redid most of the trailer. I left the axles though. There was some corrosion, saltwater corrosion to the axles, but I left it anyway. Well, I don't know, this boat is Larson. She's heavier than all hell. So, sure enough, took a couple trips out on her, and yeah, my back right axle snapped. So, embarrassed the wife, because I was welding this thing in the parking lot like a buffoon. But anyway, so took a couple more trips with it, buttoned it up, but she's failing again. So I bought brand new axles for this trailer. The issue is the boat's already on the trailer, so and this is a very heavy load, so I gotta carefully jack this thing up so I can replace both of these axles. Ooh. So as I'm sitting here talking to myself, what I think I'm gonna do, I'm laying in the grass. I think one, I'm gonna take my shirt off so my fat ass can get tan. Two, I think what I'm gonna do is slowly jack up this side, zip this tire off, block it, go to the other side, jack it up, zip it off, block it, and then I'll remove this back axle first. I was thinking of getting the whole thing up in the air. That way just do it all in one shot, but you can call me a pansy. I've had this thing drop on me before and I don't want to do it again, and I paid a lot of money for this boat, so I think that's what I'm going to do, guys. I think I'm going to jack up this back end, block it, zip the tire off, go to the other side, jack it, block it. Yeah, I convinced myself. All right, I'm going to rip it off and see what the hell this looks like. See, it looks good like this, but you put your head over here. I don't know if you can see, but I had to weld like all this bullshit on here, and I just pulled some steel I found from the dumpster. I just welded this thing back together. Ugly welding, but all right. So now that I took that off, I'm gonna block this up, drop the blocks down, go to the other side, do the same damn thing. So one thing to note is these are 5-lug axles. All right, 5-lug axles are typically 3,500 pound axles. If you look at the leaf springs, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6 springs. All right. Now, the axles, they are these 2x3 tubular steel axles. They're made out of, they're made from, I'm not going to say the company name, but they're down in Louisiana, I believe. And they sell these, I mean, this is thick wall too. I think it's like, you know, at least quarter-inch tube axles. And it's I don't know. I mean, it tows great on this, but I'm curious to see what the grease looks like. Because if I see grease splattered all over the inside of here, up a little bit, and let's take this hub off. Whew, I packed the grease in. I like grease. Some people say don't over grease, but I don't know. I think these axle nuts are 1.25 inches. I think. Fucking flies. It is not 1.25 inches. Way too big. 1 1/8 inches. Okay. Bugs out here today. Oh, that bearing came right out, huh? Okay. Whew, fuck. So, I see a little bit of bearing splatter here, but I don't see any on the outside where, like, you know, the brakes would rub. You gotta clean up the brakes. There's a lot of shit here. Okay. Alright, let's put this aside over here. Alright, so I'm gonna have to cut these wires. You know, I'll have to resplice them again, but oh well, it's part of the deal. So let me cut these. Oh, how much do I got here? I'll probably cut them here. Nah, I'll cut them here. And then I gotta unbolt this here, pop this off, and then we'll see if I'm lucky. I'll be able to undo these, but I'm likely gonna be cutting them with a grinder. But let's take this off first. So hang tight. I don't think you need to see me cut these. I'm just gonna unbolt this, pop it off, and then we'll take care of that. Okay, we got it off. Put it all there. So now in the moment I'm worried about is we'll be able to get these off. If I can't get them off, I gotta cut them and then get new U-bolt bolts. I got a great place to get U-bolts. Let's see. PB blast the fuck out of this thing. Oh, you know what? So apparently YouTube does not condone cursing or drinking or anything like that. So unfortunately, I got to start changing my ways. So freedom of speech no more. Let's see. So far, pleasantly surprised that that turns so easily. Thought for sure the thing would snap. Let's see what she looks like. Ow. Man, friction is amazing how hot shit can get. Okay, that's 2 down. All right, so I just had to get my bigger hammer. Just had to get my bigger hammer, and I was whacking around the top here, and she finally dropped. So that's good. So now I'm gonna swing over to that side and do the exact same damn thing. And I'm not gonna record that because you already saw it. So once I drop that, I'm gonna get the new axle. We can compare the two together. Ideally, you want to drop this axle and measure it before buying new ones. But when I put this together, when I measure it, I gave myself a fudge factor. So risking it. All right, so I got the old trailer axle and the new one side by side. Just comparing it. The most important thing for me was that the spring centers lined up, and they'll be great. Now I got the same axle. I believe I got the same axle company as this one originally came with, because it looks like this company's well used. I can see, you know, the shaft sizes are the same, but you see the axle nuts are much bigger. So cool. And the other thing I liked is that they put the Zerk fitting here, which I was surprised with. Now I have, I don't know what they call it, like butting berry caps with grease fittings on them, but I think this is pretty nice. So after I bolt this to it, I'm going to squirt a little bit of grease, because I think the grease is going to come out this way, I think. Which actually I like better. Instead of pushing it this way, it's going to push it out the other way. So I don't know. We'll see. But I'm happy with my guesstimate measurements, because, yeah, they're pretty spot on. And yeah, so I'm going to throw this axle on here. I do want to get a wire brush, because I want to wire brush the leaf springs a little bit on the underside. That way it fits nice, and I'll probably even put some Never Seas on here too. Yeah, let me do that. I'm going to get some Never Seas, wire brush that, and we'll throw this back on. Hang tight. Okay. Where can I put you? Ain't gonna work. You know what? Put you right here. Let's see how well this will work. Use a little bit of Never Seas here. see what we can do here. Okay, we're set. Let's throw this axle on. Let's get started here. This axle weighs a little bit. Okay. So we can get this in there like that. Let's get it a little snug. Okay. Alright, I just want to get that a little tight. So I don't want to go crazy. Okay. Flip it ahead of here because I want to make sure, you guys will see before me, I want to make sure these are straight. This one's cocked. Alright, I'm going to leave these loose a little bit because I want to do the other side too. So let's swing over to the other side. Alright, what else we need? Just this and the never sees, right? Gotta bring the music. Okay. Same thing. Never sees.
With the motherfucking real, yeah. Keeping it real for that 9-5. For all you niggas out there that's true to the motherfucking game.
Lost the nut.
NWA's back in this bitch.
Every man's
and
biggest
bunch of
fear.
ass niggas don't even understand it.
Even if I die, fucking problem.
Kick that shit.
Get your money, motherfucker, let's get rich and real. Keep your head up, nigga, make these motherfuckers up.
Who gives a fuck about the police? Cause I'm the main
Motherfuckers, nigga, make these motherfuckers up.
motherfucking real.
The hoes is blood straight, it's criminal lifestyle. You took with the bulletproof vest, make sure your eyes is on the meal ticket. Get your money, motherfucker, let's get rich and real. Kick it.
With the motherfucking real.
Are you afraid to die? Or do you want to live forever? Tell me, what's wrong? I ain't scared to die. I ain't scared.
Say my name 3 times like Candyman. Say my name 3 times like Candyman.
might be off a little bit on my spring measurement here. Let's see what we can do. There we go. Spot on, bro. Alright, I went on the other side. I hooked everything up on the other side. I figured I'd practice, that way I show you. That way I don't screw up on camera too much, because let me tell you, everybody screws up. It happens, ain't nobody perfect. So, alright, I'm going to show you how to reassemble brake hub, all that crap together. So, let's put you on here. Alright, so this is your brake assembly. It's an electric brake. So now this guy, and the way these go on, you always want your magnet here. It's always got to be facing to the bottom. So we're going to slide this puppy on. Right on. There we go, nice. That fits good. Actually, this fits better than the other side did. Alright. So, I put washers at the top. You really don't need to put washers on this because it's a flat plate, but I'm a whack job, so. And you can't fit washers on the bottom end, at least on this side type axle, so. Just because the square tube messes with it, or interferes. Alright. And then I was missing one. I don't know what the fuck happened. But I think these are the two. Looks right. Nope. These are too small. And then this one's right. Okay. And then one of these will fit. I think it's this one. So far I've been really pleased with how this assembly's been going. You know, usually you gotta factor in like goof ups and stuff, and I don't know if it's just my day, but everything's been going super smooth. I think I've just been lucking out. Alright, so I gotta get the right nut here. So I'm still down a nut, hold on. Alright, where did I put my 11/16? Alright, so now what I'm going to do is get these fuckers nice and snug. Tell you what, I'm really impressed with these axles. Nice welds too, like, these are good welds. And this axle is far more reliable than the Frankenstein one I was on. So I'm in this group chat with a bunch of my boys, and a study just came out that the top 3 least patriotic states, anybody guess what they are? Top 3 least patriotic. California, New York and New Jersey. I thought that was pretty interesting. And I would say surprising. I was not expecting that. I mean, California I can see because, well, you know. But, man, I'm from Jersey. I live in PA now, but that ain't right. Ain't right. We do live in quite the different world today, I'll tell you that much. Alright. So that's all nice and snug. That's on good. Is this one? I'm gonna do that for this one here. This bottom one in tight. Alright, and then after this, then we're gonna clean up the bearings on our hub and put our hub on. And we may have to, or actually I should say we'll likely have to adjust the brakes on this, which is fine. I'll show you how to do that. It's easy. Don't let anybody tell you different. And it is hot today. My Irish ass is gonna be burnt. Okay. That's on tight. That's on tight. And that's on tight. We good. Okay. So now that that's set, put you here. Alright, here's our hub. And I put this cloth here because otherwise you gotta be careful. These bearings will fall right out. Alright, I'm actually gonna take this bearing out. Box of rags. And I'm just gonna clean out the old grease because well, like I said, for how cheap grease is, just clean it out. Okay. Alright, we're gonna leave that there. Inside here, I'm just gonna clean the inner raceway. I guess this is technically the outer raceway. And then on the back side here, you got a seal. This is the seal that when you pump grease into this thing, it's supposed to, this grips the shaft just like a hydraulic seal and prevents grease from popping out. But you know, those idiots that pump so much grease in the thing and it's like so hard. Why is it so hard to pump in? Well, don't fucking do it. You know, the seal's saying, hey, I got plenty of grease in here, don't mess with me. Alright. Okay. So, this is the electric braking system. Alright. So you got your two shoes here. So as this magnet, you know, pulls to one side or another, you see here, what it does is like, whoop, pushes the shoe out, boop, pushes the shoe out. And depending, you know, which way the magnet's pulling, she'll pull that shoe. All right. On the bottom here, you have your slack. I'll call it your slack adjuster. And here, if you got to tighten your shoe in, you just tighten this one here. Righty to bring it in, lefty to rip her out. You know, but you got to see how the shoe fits before we do that. So I'm just gonna clean out some of this excess grease that's fucking old and squirted all over the fucking place. Okay, get all this crap out of here. Alright, and then another thing I do is, like I said, I'm a whack job with grease. I'm gonna pre-lube the shaft a little bit. Just a tinkle. Just a tinkle. We're just gonna put grease on that shaft. Let's get it nice. That way, just the bearing's got something to slide right on there, make it easier to fit it on. Alright. There you go. Just a little bit on there. Alright. Let's fit this thing on. You gotta be careful. Oh, man, she went on pretty good. Sheesh. Okay. So let me put this on. Slip this bearing back in. Now, I'm out in my field right now. I'm not in a shop. You know, it would be nice to have a garage I could fit this thing in, but I'm sitting on the grass, getting burnt by the sun. I'm literally in my front field here doing this. We don't fit that right in there like that. Yeah, well. Okay. Okay, so that bearing's in. Now they gave us new axle nuts, seal, cotter pins. They gave us the works here. Now one thing I am gonna do, and I'm gonna have you watch me, is they give you the Zerk fitting right on the shaft, which is nice. I haven't seen that in other axles before. And I'm just gonna preload with some grease in this. My face is stoned. Okay, so now I'm just gonna tighten this by hand. That's all I got. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go a little more. Just a little. Because I gotta get this pin in here. There we go. Okay. So, this axle nut really isn't on there that tight. Because the bearing's gotta like float, you know? I just went to a wedding on Saturday, and it was a great wedding. We had a great time, my wife and I. I was a dancing fiend. I was booty bopping. I was drinking. It was a real good time. Okay. Come on. All right. She behaving. Here we go. There we go. Okay. Okay. There we go. So that's on. And now this spins You know, if you feel a little drag on it, but honestly, it's pretty good. I would just leave that. Because, you know, when you engage your electric brakes, it's going to really grip. But this is pretty good. I would leave it. You don't want that in your car. Like, your front wheels, you want to be able to spin a little better, but again, this is a trailer. Okay. These are the worst. These caps, because, like, they're so thin. You know, they make them tight, which is good, but, oh, man, I always struggle with these things. Ow. Fuck. Right in my finger, dude. Christ almighty. That's what I'm talking about. Axle socket. We'll get it, don't worry.